We have to treat our water because if you want to drink it, which means potable, you have to remove a lot of things, and some of the more dangerous things we want to remove are mercury, arsenic, lead, and pathogens, which are like bacteria, or microorganisms that can cause damage to your health. So this is the process to make water drinkable or potable. The first thing that they do in the water plant is filter it.
Is it potable?
Potable or drinkable?
What's potable?
Drinkable. So they're gonna filter. Literally in our water plant there's these pools and they have these screens of filter. The water flows like a river through the screen into these pools. And then it goes into the second pool, which this is where it starts to get complicated for you to remember these words. It goes through a process called coagulation. And what they're doing is they're adding aluminum to remove the bacteria that's in the water. We could call this step 3. It goes through a second filtering system. So another set of screens filter out little particles that actually can form from the previous chemical reaction. Then they add chlorine. This is called chlorination or disinfection. Chlorine is added to prevent bacteria from regrowing. Have you ever tasted the chlorine or smelled the chlorine in your water? Yeah. That's common because this is something that they have to do in order to assure that your water doesn't have bacteria. We add chlorine. This part is really cool. Our water plant, which is in Hialeah, has these towers called aeration towers. The molecules get actually spread apart. So they literally take water and they kind of switch the molecules to try to remove any odor that's in your water or improve the taste or any kind of unwanted gas. So they separate the molecules and then they come back together. And some plants, ours does additional treatment, which is adding lime or fluorine, that's what that says right there, or sodium, that's sodium. You don't have to know those like chemical formulas, but you have to know that they add stuff for taste. Obviously problems with water, and the main thing is overuse and pollution. We have to really be concerned with the amount of water we're using, and when we pollute it, it's unusable, so they kind of correlate. So I'm going to remind you what is pollution.
What was that one next pollution?
Give me the definition. As I tell my AP kids, they can't use the word pollution anymore. They have to describe it. What is pollution? Dirty. Waste. What else? Let's fill in the blanks. Introduction of
Waste.
Dirt.
Okay.
Can be. What is all that going on?
Agents, does that say like
Bacteria can be. Introduction of chemicals or physical agents or biological agents. I'm going to go over what each of those mean in a minute. Chemical being nitrogen, nitrous oxides, let's say. Physical being heat, and biological would be organisms. So you all got the right answers, you just weren't categorizing them. Now, you could directly pollute a body of water. We talked about this before. Or indirect pollution, which basically has to have the word runoff. If something went through the water cycle into the ground, it is non-point. Yes?
You said chemicals, what, and heat, and physical is heat.
Great. I'm going to elaborate on those: chemical, physical, and biological. So a pathogen, what is that? I just told you a little while ago. Who was listening? What's a pathogen? Organisms. Good. Bacteria is an example. Any disease-causing organism is a pathogen. So bacteria, viruses.
If you all watch the video, you're gonna hear some bad words.
Organic matter.
Oh, tell Chris.
Organic matter is what? Put it together.
Organic matter.
Is what?
natural matter?
Like living matter, so like
Living
people-
matter. That's exactly what it is. Remains of a living thing. Just put that so it makes more sense. Remains of a living thing. That's organic matter. So plant Leaves on the ground, that's organic matter. Raccoon that died in your backyard and is decomposing is organic matter. Anybody know what category pesticides and fertilizers, fossil fuels fall under? What are they? When you hear the word fossil fuel or a pesticide, what do you think?
Like decay.
Chemical.
Chemicals, good, and they're organic. They come from living things. You know, fossil fuels come from amazing living organisms. Inorganic chemicals would be the acids, the bases, salts, heavy metals, lead, mercury, and heat. What would that be? I just mentioned it.
Oh, physical.
Physical, good.
Good job.